Hello everyone, this is G-Shock High Fashion channel and welcome to another G-Shock unboxing and review video. Today, I'm gonna share another vintage G-Shock watch which really caught my eyes the first time I saw this, and that is the reason why I bought this watch in the first place, and just to share with all of you guys as well. Well, I'm gonna unbox every single G-Shock. That's the goal. At one point, they're gonna be a watch like this, something that is looking really weird, unlike the things that we got today or most of vintage G-Shock watch on the market, even at the time that this watch was released. The reference number for the watch that you are looking at right now is the G-2800 G-Shock watch. This guy was released way back in 2002, somewhere on the month of July. There are 9 variations of them. And Casio G-Shock released this because, if I'm not mistaken, it's one of the early G-Shock watch that have a low power LSI, and that is large scale integration circuit board. And they are talking about the circuit board on the inside, which allow the watch to have a really thick bright digital display without consuming too much energy. So that's why this watch have this really impressive display, unlike other G-Shock watch on that same year, because of that integrated circuit board. And what they end up doing in here is that they made the watch to be a tough solar Yatch Timer G-Shock watch, and that explains why the shape like so. It have a lot of curve, especially at the front here. You guys probably already sees how weird this wavy curve is. This barge going on at the front here really act like a bone to the watch band at the front, and the sides just pretty much soft. The middle part feels a little stiffer, and it's actually continues all the way to the side as well. It's like combining to the wavy buttons, including the metal part at the top here, which is also wavy shape as well. The finishing is great, just hairline finish this side. I believe that is to help waters to flow better when this watch is wet, especially when you're going to be using this during a yacht racing tournament. Alright, moving on. The same thing applies to this top part of the watch as well, where they have this bulge of 3 of them. You can actually feel it, and that is really weird. To me, this watch is really weird. To you, however, especially if you are already used to the watch, especially when you're already getting into purchasing G-Shock watch way back in the early 2000s, when the time this watch was released, you probably already got used to this. But for me personally, I gotta say this watch is very weird. It looks almost like a baby G-ish, but I kinda understand the idea behind the design of this. And I gotta be honest that if I'm gonna make the most ugliest G-Shock watch list videos or list, this will definitely be one of it. This is, from my opinion, one of the ugliest G-Shock watch that I've seen so far. Talking from my point of view, I mean, that is the first thing that I think about as soon as I grab this watch on hand. Very weird. But then again, if you look on the side, not sure if you guys already noticed, the button is actually combined here and moving to here. They are 2 separate buttons, but from the exterior the parts is actually combined, making it looks very weird, and it's almost act like the mud resistant structure. And I believe that's give this watch a better water resistant in my opinion as well. So that's pretty cool, right? Assuming that we could ignore all this weird band and bezel shape design, what else that you are gonna get out of this model, since the price for this is 16,500 Japanese yen, which is pretty high. But if you look at the function, the display panel, you're really getting a lot. Straight away at home time, we're gonna have a look at battery indicator, year display, time display in the middle, very large day and also date display. Light button will be at the front here, which we're gonna glow an EL, which is gonna glow for about 2 seconds. You could turn on the auto EL using this forward button down here. And moving on to the next mode, we're gonna have a look at a tele memo. We're gonna have access to 30 units of telephone number registration. Next is you're gonna have a look at a GMT, or should I say a world time mode, where this watch gonna have 27 cities and 29 time zones, which customizable time to every single minute for every single cities Next mode is called the countdown timer, wherein this watch is called the Yatch Timer mode. I couldn't explain much better. Casio already wrote a short article which explained this part very clearly. I'm gonna add that in this video so you guys could read, and also link in the description box below so you guys could understand what is a difference between a regular countdown timer and a Yatch timer. In this timer mode, you'll have access to 60 minutes range with a precision of every 1 minute setting. Pricing mode will bring us to the alarm mode. In here you're gonna have alarm number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and also a signal. Lastly, it's called the bright alarm. That is BRIGHT, bright alarm. It will turn on automatically on its own. I'll have to explain a little bit more on a separate video, or else it's gonna take too much time. The first alarm in the watch will act as the snooze alarm. Moving on to the next mode is called the stopwatch. In here it is pretty much straightforward, where you have access to 1/100 precision stopwatch with split time and a range of 100 hours. Pressing mode again will brings you back to home time. In here, as you guys could already see, this watch is again top solar, equipped with power saving mode and also 12-hour to 24-hour time format, full auto calendar, and also precision to plus minus 15 seconds every single month. And last but not least, after a full charge, this watch could last you for about 9 months. Honestly, the only downside is the appearance itself. The watch, the function, the fit is just great. The case size of this model is 39.5 millimeters lug to lug. The width size is 42.7 millimeters. The thickness is 16.0 millimeters. This watch will weigh about 64 grams. And to give you guys a better perspective on how big or how small this watch is, I'm gonna compare this side to side to a basic DW5600 square model. As you guys can see, the size is almost the same, but keep in mind this guy has tons more feature compared to a square model like this, and at the same time has way more protection as well. So in a way, I gotta say that this one is much better, except for the weird shape and design. But then again, I understand why they made this. They gotta make this waviness to represent wave and water. Let's move on from there and proceed to the wrist check so you guys could judge by yourself. Is this watch gonna look good or bad? Alright, I'm gonna wear this at hole number 2 from the top, and it is very comfortable, but not as comfortable as watches that we got today, because I could feel a little bit of stiffness going on the side, especially on the lug part. But the watch band at the bottom layer alone is really comfortable, and the fitting is very good. You guys could judge this by yourself. Look at the gap between my wrist and the watch. There barely any gap at all, and since this watch is only 64 grams, it is really lightweight. And then again, it has a really large time display, which is really incredible, very convenient, especially if you are gonna use this during a yacht racing. I mean, you really need to keep track of time, or else you're gonna lose the race, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, this is how the watch gonna looks like. To me, however, it's still looking weird, but I'm very certain over time, if I keep wearing this day after day, it will grow in me and I'm gonna end up liking this. But for now, I'm not a fan. Just gotta be honest on that. And one more interesting thing that I just realized is that the watch band keeper has a hole like so. So when I wear the watch in this position, I could move it all the way up and it will lock itself into the band keeper stopper like so, which is really interesting, very interesting. It's almost a similar idea as the one on the GBA 800 series, which I already talked about as well. However, this one aren't as efficient, but it's still something they tried. Anyway, that's it guys. I hope you guys found this video a little bit useful, informative, and entertaining as well. For your future reference, leave a like if this video does help you, and let me know down below if you own one of these. Let me know what your experience is. Is this good? Is this bad? Will you recommend to anyone to get one of this as well, even if you could get one of this today, because this one is almost 20 years old now. So anyway, I'm just mumbling right now. Now I'm done. Thank you very much for watching. This is G-Shock High Fashion channel, and I'm